My name is Fedon Mitchell. I am the managing director and founder of Intact Storage LLC. Today I'm reaching out and I'm here presenting to you to request a capital investment from your organization of $7.1 million. To understand that, we're going to talk about the problem statement, understand what problems we see in our community that prompts my organization to want to launch a new solution. We're going to talk through the new solution itself and understand a bit about what we have to offer, why we think it's a successful venture, and why you should invest. Convince you of that, we'll walk through our target markets, our financials, and financial projections. Um, our Pacific Northwest is inundated with a lack of consistent quality storage. What does that mean? Well, let's take a few segments into mind here of the problem itself. Communities pretty much are HOA driven, more so the communities for the market that I'm specifically targeting. The housing associations tend to limit your options and your ability to build or utilize external additional storage on your own land. There's a lack of storage space in homes, and in the US, of course, we celebrate a lot of seasons. The four seasons tend to have different holidays, and we have a lot of decorations, right? So there's that cultural element of where we put all this stuff. The available options for storage today that are external and lease related tend to not be of a high standard. High standard meaning they're often old, rundown. If you get one that's a good facility, it's not the most secure. There are hidden fees that you have to pay. What it leads to ultimately is a frustrated customer. Minimal storage, inconvenient. Um, there's a problem for about 16,000 people today, where they simply do not have the available storage to meet their needs at their standards and level of comfort, especially our Gen Xers or millennials who are very interested in storage and who have the financial wherewithal and well-being to be able to afford quality, secure, peace of mind storage. And that's where Intact comes in. My company is not only introducing additional storage capacity, well under that open $16,000 demand for its initial starts, but we're providing high quality, clean facilities where you enter and you do not feel like you're in an unsafe environment. You do not feel like your payments are going into something that you don't see, other than you have a storage unit. We offer high security levels to provide our customers with the reassurance that their belongings, their prized possessions are safe. We offer customer-centric approach to things. We give you 24/7 access, which our competitors, they don't. We provide really transparent pricing. Our price is what it is, and flexible plans that can meet different needs, long-term, medium-term, short-term, and different levels of accessibilities. And of course, we are sustainably powered. Unlike all of our competitors, we're actually the first to really launch a solar-powered facility with automatic access controls, automatic gate openers and closures, and through that, higher security where you're not snapping a lock and just opening it. Um, our team and why you should have faith in us and confidence that we will deliver and we will succeed and you will get a return on investment that reduces the risk is a very established team. Myself, Fedon, and Michelle Lacan, and my wife, we're a pair of former executives and industry leaders in the US as well as internationally. And we've been in the industry both for 25 plus years now. And on my end, I've been a specialist in operational efficiencies and optimizations using technology. I've had experience, of course, in multiple industries doing this, broadcast and print, tech consultancy, financial services, and with Amazon retail. So I'm very adaptable in terms of learning an industry quickly and being able to bring value and differentiating value more so. Michelle similarly has been leading HR for a number of years, 25, I said. And, while we think HR storage, what does that have to do with anything? It is people and relationship management oriented. And Michelle's coming on board as the managing director of relations. Her entire purpose and role in this is to drive the right partnerships to give us the best outcomes for our customers, driving our efficiencies up, our operation costs down, and our marketing at breadth. Michelle similarly has been adapted to multiple industries, manufacturing, print and broadcast, emergency response, healthcare. And, we both plan to operate hands-on in the business from, the first 10 years, I would say, until at least we expand beyond Washington State, where we will begin to start scaling up our corporate structure, bringing on new leaders, or as we see the benefits or risks associated require us to bring more people on. What is our market opportunity here? We are talking about 16,000 people who are tech professionals, who are immigrants, who are well-to-do. They want a higher quality of service. They want to keep their prized belongings. They want to have their possessions in a safe, secure manner, and they want experience, especially quality. Why do I say that? Well, this population is primarily Gen X and millennials, the working population of tech professionals, well paid by Amazon, Google, Facebook, etc. And they really value quality. Um, Beyond the immediate population, where I'm targeting to just such a subset, about 1,000 of that population in Washington, in the suburban communities. The population continues to grow at 16% per decade. And if we see a greater opportunity between the growth, between the current need and our performance, I mean, we can propose and extend beyond our initial plan, as long as we're, of course, looking at our margins, right? We want to protect those margins. Um, so our market opportunity gives us the opportunity to target those well-paid suburban customers who are dissatisfied or uninterested in a lack of price transparency, in the limited hours of access, the poor service, the poor security, and aren't really interested or in need of in-person interaction. And we as Intact are going to provide them with that high-end, high-technology facility, that sophistication that they're looking for, that satisfaction and valued experience. Our business model starts and focuses in Washington, like I mentioned. We're going to focus on 5 facilities in Washington state targeted to the suburban communities in proximity to them. Customers will be able to do the end-to-end transaction, which they can't with our competitors, for securing and getting access to their facility online, right? There's no need to come in person as the other competitors actually require. You only come in to get access to your unit. You don't have to see anyone. The facilities are pretty much placed in close proximity within 5 to 10 miles of suburban development communities. So where new housing is going up, that's where we're going to be. Our revenue projections are very much based on the lower end of occupancy averages and distribution in Washington. We are targeting 85% occupancy. Washington's lowest mean range actually is around 89, right? So we will be marketing to gain visibility using very targeted approaches. So we'll target and advertise on social media. Our operating model is such that our costs for operations are very low. No COGS, we have no inventory other than our physical infrastructure. So the initial cost really is the upfront cost per facility that's high, building what we need to build. The fixed operating cost per facility is limited to the operation of the facility's technology infrastructure, right? Maintenance, the number of units used, of course, will vary a little bit, and the internet connections that are needed to provide the access needed. We gain profitability based on our business model within 2 years, and we continue to increment upward throughout that, maintaining the same minimal cost structure. In terms of pricing, our model focuses on perceived value. We anticipate and believe that because of our distinction and our target market, our value proposition speaks for itself, and we're combining cost plus with a value-based pricing model to charge 30% more per square foot than our competitors. Financial projections for organizations show over 10 years an 8.7% IRR and a positive NPV by the tune of the 10th year. Our profitability goes positive as our income comes in year one, then year two. So we're expecting to be profitable by year two, as you can see on our charts, as well as cash flows are also expected to go positive by year two. Our capital requirement then is at $7.1 million, which the bulk of that really goes into, as I mentioned, the facility construction, developing the land, etc. Our tech investment, of course, is going to be important, and also supporting marketing and branding activities. So between year zero to year one, we expect to spend $1.5 million on these particular areas, and $5.6 million would be needed by the end of year one. Sorry, the beginning of year one or during year one, so that we can actually build our additional 4 facilities to operate them by the beginning of year two. As a bank, I anticipate that your interests are absolutely going to be in how are you getting your return on investment, right? Certainly, we'll be paying a monthly return to you, regular installments, as part of year one, and we've maintained working capital to factor some of those payments back, as well as our operating costs that may require inputs from us while we establish occupancy. Additionally, our exit criteria here factor either success or failure. Acquisition by one of the larger national companies or sale of our business are two of our options. While we want to maintain ownership of the land itself, though, we see that as an opportunity to maintain some sort of passive income, while also having an asset that appreciates with time. Ultimately, your costs, your investment is covered due to the negotiations we would undertake with any partners if we need to sell. But given our projections, how we plan to operate, and the feasibility assessments we've done, we anticipate that we will be in this business not for 10 years, maybe 20, maybe 30, until we execute against that exit strategy and maybe reinvest in something else. There is absolute certainty at this point, based on the projections, the options for exit, that the return on investment that we project can be 7.5% for the bank in the first 10 years. If you have any questions, please reach out. We've gone through our financial projections, who our team is, and why we believe we can launch this business and succeed. We've talked about the target market, their growth area, and our immediate need as well, right? $7.1 million will carry a long way for us in terms of being able to establish 5 locations across Washington State, establishing a foundation for future growth. And I thank you for your time. Please reach out if you have any questions.